Good morning, YouTube. This is man, Red George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bottom Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, as you know, I follow ladies on social media, especially in sport of bodybuilding, and being a fan of these ladies, I always try to recognize their birthday. But if I miss a birthday, usually if it's like maybe a couple of days afterwards, I usually don't do a video. My rule is if I do it a day after. If I miss it, it's a day after I do it. But then this one person here, I have to do it, even though her birthday has passed. It's been like maybe a couple of days. I saw this on I was on social media, and I should have been on my game on this one. Most definitely I should have been on the game. Especially I'm a fan of this lady. I've been a fan of her since I can remember. This is one Miss Andrea Victoria Gates, better known as Vickie Gates. Now she is one of my all-time favorite female bodybuilders. If I put her in my list, she's in the top 5. And like for all-time female bodybuilder, all-time Black female bodybuilder, all-time sexist female bodybuilder. I've been a fan of Vickie since I can remember. Now, Vickie was originally born in San Antonio, Texas. And she, started her career in bodybuilding in about the early 80s. And she's been in the game for a long time. I mean, she's just one of those amazing competitors. Now, she earned her pro card around about the early 90s. And then she competed in quite a few shows. And she debuted around 94. Now, she is just one of those legends. I'm just a fan of Vickie Gates. I mean, she's just amazing. Those eyes get you. And I think she was just one of those great physiques. I mean, an unbelievable body. Now, she made her debut at Miss Olympia back in 1986. That was the same year the great late Miss Melissa Colt competed. I remember there's a picture of her, Melissa, and Yolanda Hughes, And Vickie was just one of those amazing physiques. I mean, she always, I think in most of the Miss Olympias, she always came in the top 5. I mean, and just her physique, she had a great quality to her. And also, she had just amazing sex appeal. That's why I liked her. I mean, she was just, not like I said, her eyes, her body, her physique, she was just so beautiful. And just one of those women was just unbelievable, And she was also, if many of you might know, she was a 3-time Miss International. She won it back-to-back a couple of times, and she was just one of those amazing women that I would always be just one of those amazing women that was in the sport, a true legend. I mean, and she just had a look and a style about her. That's why I became a fan of Miss Vickie Gates. And she's one of those women that was kind of unsung in the sport. You gotta recognize her commitment to the sport. And also, she was in a relationship with one of the greatest Olympians of all time, the Ronnie Coleman. Her and Ronnie were, in a relationship for quite some time. This is one thing they had common. They both were from Texas. Both were police officers, and both were single parents. But like some relationships, especially between bodybuilders, it didn't last as long, and eventually they broke up. But Vickie, she was in the game for such quite some time. I always call her one of the unsung Miss Olympias. I think back in 2000 and 2001, she should have been Miss Olympia, but you know how it is, And 2001 was the time I think Iris Kyle won. Remember that they had 2 divisions, lightweight and heavyweight. Iris Kyle won in heavyweight division, and she went against Julia Bergman, and they gave it to Julia Bergman. And no offense, I'm a fan of Julia Bergman, but I don't think she deserved it. And Vickie, she kept on competing after that. And then in 2003, I remember that she took 7th place at the Olympia. I said, 7th place? I mean, what? I mean, but I think Vickie was ready to get out of the game. I mean, she was been competing for practically 20-some years. And, she found her niche. She found life outside of the sport. She's a trainer. She's a businesswoman. She's a coach. I mean, she's still in the sport in a way. Not as a competitor, but working in the behind the scenes. And Vickie is just, like I said, I love these pictures I got. I mean, I'm just a fan of Vickie Gates. And she's just an amazing woman. I mean, her work and commitment to the sport of bodybuilding is just one of those that need to be recognized. And I think people forget how well-rounded she was as a person. She's, like I said again, she works with people, developed their skills. I think she's just one of those great women. And, she's still up to today, still is helping our people out with their with with their planning, with their health issues or everything else. She's just an amazing person. And just when people's, I'm just like I said, I know I'm sound like I'm a simp. I am a simp. I'm a big fan of Vickie Gates. I admit it. Not gonna lie about that. And she did some time ago had her own show, which was the Vickie Gates Classic back in 2016. And I don't think it's still going on anymore. But if somebody could really support, if I had the money, I would love to put her show back online and maybe add female bodybuilding to it. And she's a great friend to people that know her. A mother. Even she's a grandmother. This is her little grandson right there in the front. And these are her nephews, and I think they love her as who she is, not just as Vickie Gate the bodybuilder, but Vickie Gate their aunt. And I think this lady, she's being recognized. I believe she should be in the IFBB Hall of Fame. I mean, being a 3-time Miss International, being the top 5 in Miss Olympia for so many years, and just being just amazing person. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of Vickie Gates. And if anybody know Vickie, if you know her, reach out to her. I would love to do an interview with her. It'd be just like doing an interview with Nancy Lewis was a dream, but this one would be a reality. If for me to talk to the real Miss Vickie Gates, just to see her on screen. I would love to see her in person, but on screen be good enough, and just especially those amazing eyes. I mean, she just have those, I'm thinking that old Rick James song, heavenly eyes. I mean, she's just a great lady. I'm a fan of hers, always going to be a fan of. And that's why I had to do this video, because even though her birthday has passed, I want to recognize her as being who she is, what she has done, and what she's up to now. So anybody, like I say, if you know her, if you know somebody knows her, share this video and pass it to her and let her know that I'm a big fan. I would love to sit there and do an interview with her someday. So like I said, I want to wish Miss Andrea Victoria Gates, aka Vickie Gates, a very, very happy belated birthday, and many, many more. This is me all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I am out.